Wait, so you kick me out of my own house?
Yes, sir, although it pains me dearly.
I'm gonna pain you dearly, Woodhouse, when I peel all your skin off.
Hey guys, what's going on? Third Street Reactions here. We're back. I'm Shane.
Tom.
Malachi.
And we're back with Archer, Season 1, Episode 9. Guys, last episode wasn't one of my favorites. Just because there wasn't one of those, to me, memorably funny moments. There's always a few, but they were trying to steal from Odin, and they were testing the security of it, right?
Right.
And that's just kind of pretty much what I remember.
Which Odin's kind of their rival.
Yeah. There's a rival agency, and in this type of world, there are spies that have their own agencies that don't work directly for the government, but they get contracts.
Right.
Now, I understand that there's military contracts, like private military, but these are spies, which is it's just really interesting because...
Like Carmichael agency?
What's that?
Like Carmichael?
Yeah, I mean, it's just weird because, like, I listened to Andrew Bustamante, who is a ex-CIA super spy. The spies...
I've seen a regular spy and a super spy.
Well, I say he's a super spy just because he's a badass. I don't think there's... Yeah, that's kind of my own term. But he does talk about CIA, and there's a lot of... 80% of the people, or 90% of the people who work for CIA, they work as an analyst. They work in accounting, they do all this other stuff. And then it says CIA on their tax return, but if you're a spy, you're erased. You work out in the field, no one knows what you do, except for a couple people. And,
Can your parents know?
And you break laws. The government gives you permission to break laws in other countries for the sake of peace in our country. I mean, you break laws in this one, you gather intel, and you trick people, you do all kinds of stuff. So I just don't think you can be an independently contracted spy, because you don't have permission to break the law. I mean, I guess you can go to other countries and steal secrets.
But if you get caught there, you're screwed.
Yeah, but I think if regular spies get caught, they're disavowed. I mean, depending what they do. You know what I mean? I don't know. But, yeah, I gotta put on maybe some of his greatest hits so we can react to him.
Yeah. He's
great, yeah. Anyways, guys, we have 2 more episodes left. But if you want to support us, you can watch the next 4 episodes on our Patreon. We have 4 weeks early access, and we have 4 weeks full-length uncut reactions. And you can also check out our merch. Malachi, show him the shirt, baby. All right. And we also... Oh, and I also have a shirt. Yeah, duh. For the Ahsoka series, The World Between Worlds, if you guys know what that means, it's pretty sweet. We also have mugs. So.
Oh, and by the way, check out their reaction for the Mario Brothers movie.
You know what? That was a hell of a movie, wasn't it? They need to do a Donkey Kong Country, and they need to do Zelda, although that's...
Zelda.
Well, I don't know how they're going to do it, because that's a different tone. Yeah. So anyways, guys, we're going to jump in.
I hope we see more Woodburn.
Not Woodburn, you fool.
Woodhouse.
Woodhouse.
Sit at a table like a human?
A human, mother.
They're where? Outside of Clown College?
They in France?
Those here?
I don't know! Archer, look out! Oh, we'll never catch him in this thing!
Maybe you should have thought about that before you blew the damn drop.
I blew jack shit!
Name dropper.
And if you weren't so busy trying to bang that waitress,
Oh,
you would have noticed that Odin had agents at play.
She was the hostess. If you weren't blinded by jealousy.
Okay, yes, I'm jealous. Odin's gonna beat us again, thanks to your epic poonhoundery.
First of all, arrêtez-vous!
You can just do that to the police there. This is where Tom Cruise was.
Did you want to finish that thought?
Did you want to finish shutting your big fat
I think you're right.
wordsy mouth?
Fat mouth told the stupid waitress he was an ISIS agent.
Hostess, and I had a plan.
What? Well then where's Kasparov? Okay, that was a flute.
I happen to have perfect situational awareness, Lana.
Archer.
Which cannot be taught, by the way,
Archer.
like a poet.
Archer!
God damn it! I'm relishing Way to go, Lana. Nice warning.
Nice relishing. Ow.
Oh, think that was Odin?
Nah, it's only you.
I think you died. That happened.
Thanks for helping us catch Kasparov. Odin appreciates the assist.
Yeah.
And if you ever get tired of playing JV ball, you know where to find us.
Oh, yeah? Where's that? Dicktown? Jesus, even their cards are nice. Lana, look at this. It's embossed. Then, I guess just pout.
So why is her hair not falling down?
Because she's perfect.
No. She is drawn very well.
So I crashed a few cop cars, ran over a few mimes. So I don't play by the rules, mother, but I get results.
Well, as long as you got Kasparov.
Oh, yeah, about that.
I'm sorry, what?
He sort of offered me a job at Odin.
Barry Dillon? Barry, we have this whole huge history together, Dillon?
We don't have this whole huge history.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
right?
Barry.
Pretty sweet, huh?
Using a mirror to reflect the laser beam back into the laser?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Sorry it took so long. And then I'm accidentally inside you.
Not a problem.
Odin?
Well, since I'm not appreciated here...
What's to appreciate?
Exactly! I mean, that's indicative of your whole attitude, Mother.
Sterling Mallory Archer, you are, of course, free to pursue your options.
Wait, hang on.
And if Odin made you a better
Hang
offer,
on.
what kind of mother would I be if I stood in the way of your happiness?
She thinks I won't go? Well, guess what? I don't need her!
I, however, do need your key card.
Yeah, hi. Barry Dillon, please. Yes, I'll hold! Oh, and just wait till I get to Odin.
I will. Key card?
Here, God!
They are the stuff-throwingest family.
And then get me Woodhouse, and we'll just see how tough Sterling is when he can't suckle at my teat.
Woodhouse, she froze my accounts, and I need to get in my safe. Wait, so you kicked me out of my own house?
Yes, sir. Although it pains me dearly.
I'm gonna pain you dearly, Woodhouse, when I peel all your skin off with a flensing knife, sew it into Woodhouse pajamas, and then set those pajamas on fire!
It's just you and me now, Reggie. So be a lad. Put on some mingus.
It's a heroin.
Barry Dillon, please. Yes, it's Sterling our
Speedy now, Reggie.
How's the leg?
Hurts when it rains.
I'm sorry.
And when I think about Archer. And so I blew him off.
No, Barry! You blow him on.
On as in hire him. As in here.
Yes. It'll drive his mother crazy.
Even the one on the Isle of Man. Oh my god, and is that like Whore Island for women?
Nope. Then you just watch. In no time, he'll be begging me to take him back. He hasn't called, has he?
Nope. How you holding up, Mama Bird?
Well, except for your grossly overfamiliar tone, I couldn't be happier. Odin won't hire him after the stunt he pulled in Berlin.
Well, whose fault is that?
Yours?
Barry.
You bust in, shoot two perfectly good double agents.
And you think an appropriate response is to ruin my suit? And my shirt!
I'm sorry. So will you please just help me out?
No, for which I am pretty genuinely sorry.
It's water under the bridge. Get over it.
Yeah, Barry.
Because he is part of the
Condoms hanging out of the box.
Put his stuff in his office.
Yeah, Barry.
I just don't see why you need this.
Because this is a huge opportunity for me, and I need to feel confident.
In the interview.
Oh, that looks great.
Yeah, it feels pretty good.
So come on already. Take a cut.
What, like out the window?
Don't worry about it. I get a deal on those. 90 cents a ball.
Okay.
It's a lot.
God, you're a natural. It's all that lacrosse at boarding school, huh?
Yeah, 13 years worth.
13 years?
No, I loved it. Made a lot of good friends. Family almost is what they were.
He'll be back, crying for his mommy. Just like that Christmas break when I moved and forgot to give my new address to his stupid boarding school. I mean, he rode the train into the city all by himself. He couldn't pick up a phone book. 9 years old and bawling in that police station like a little girl. Huh. What's that tell you?
Kind of a lot, actually.
Oh, shut up. I bet you're barren.
My God.
I mean, she can't have kids.
Hello.
So why don't you follow her on down to your big new corner office?
Okay.
Where the sofa is soaked in Scotchguard.
If
you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think I do.
It's resistant to stains.
Right. I got it.
Odin isn't some co-ed freshman dorm where everyone runs around screwing.
I'm sorry, Framboise. It's not you. I mean, it's not me either, obviously. But here...
Here we are one big famille.
Yeah, and the familial thing actually makes this borderline creepy.
Perhaps if you tried it from behind?
Yeah, let's try that.
So I took time out of my busy mincing schedule to tell you that you have a phone call.
Is it Sterling?
I am sure I don't know.
Do you know you're a little bitch?
Will you remember this conversation?
Probably not, no.
Well then, off.
Whoa, with the...
Damn it, Archer!
What, Barry? I said don't come in here. Framboise, what'd I say?
He said do not come in.
Yeah, Barry.
I don't care if he's happy.
Who leaves a 9-year-old kid in a police station on Christmas?
Eve! And he told you about that?
Oh, we've had such great talks. Ian,
Fire him!
join him!
What?
Come work for me! Oh my God.
Look at that.
A burn notice?
ISIS disavows Agent Sterling Archer, a.k.a. Duchess.
Man, she loved that dog.
Who is to be considered an unreliable asset and security risk.
Oh, must have killed her to do this. You don't smirk at a mother suffering, Barry, you asshole!
Oh, it's just with the
Barry.
engaged to be engaged.
Ow! Ass. If you love it, put a ring on it.
Okay, you go.
She was obviously into him.
Ass. Not a friend was. You take him to the basement. You put one in his ear. Can you do that?
Oh my God! That framboise is a freak, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I can do that.
You know what's surprising? Kissing you goodbye at the airport, dozing off in first class, and then seeing you on my flight when I get up to pee. That, to me, is rather surprising.
And really expensive.
It's a beta move, Malachi.
We'll do that shit.
That framboise chick must have been a prostitute before she got this gig. In like Bangkok. I was almost embarrassed for her. So where are we going anyway?
We're headed down to
Barry?
sub-basement 3 for a minute.
Is there a shower down there? Because I bet I just like reek of her.
One.
Barry, you getting that?
Really?
I'm brushing.
Yeah.
I'm brushing it your way, Barry.
No, I'm actually at the lobby right now. 2 seconds.
Wait, where are we on that shower?
Hey, you!
Hey, you!
And who are you?
Cyril Figgis, ISIS comptroller,
And very eager to sit here quietly in the corner because he is so tired.
Oh, dear God, did I drink absinthe?
That bottle and most of this one.
Absinthe makes me black out! All right, you yellow sons of bitches. Let's dance!
Yeah.
Mallory burned Archer?
Worldwide.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So he's gone.
Already? Like literally gone?
It's very nice, Shane. You're fired. I'll tell you.
You can always...
Always what?
Well, I was gonna say you can have another baby, but you're all dried up in there.
No, like figurative.
Excusez-moi, mademoiselle.
Hello.
May I help you avec
Oh no.
your box?
So Archer's still here?
All right, let me go shoot this prick.
Wait, let me do it.
Really? Because I would kind of love to.
Not as much as I would.
You guys kind of have a history, huh?
Yeah, you could say that.
Knock yourself out.
So hey, these servants,
Yeah.
if I did see them, would they curtsy meekly?
Well, otherwise, I mean, what's the point?
Whoa. Lana. No!
Barry, does this make up for framboise? It does, other Barry. It sure does.
Barry, I guess go ahead and call facilities or whatever. Because there is lamp everywhere.
God, Lana! Get on with your life already.
Telex, you got one in here?
Why, so you can smash that too?
We've got about 2 minutes before some Odin dick sees this and seals the exits.
Anyway, we can bump that to 5. I seriously need a shower.
Archer!
Okay, God. Climb down off that rag.
Oh my God.
Get me some poison, because I am already dead inside.
Too dead inside to read good news?
This is my obituary.
Well, it's not that good.
This is why we can't have nice things, Barry. You asshole!
Well, I have to get Cyril, who's on...
Framboise.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, man. That's bad. That chick was like the Pele of anal.
Archer?
Sorry, I know this is tough. I mean, Cyril, whatever, but your feelings for me are obviously conflicted,
You're
so...
right, Archer. I am conflicted. Maybe we both belong at ISIS, you know? Maybe that's our real home.
Yeah, that's what Mother said about boarding school. I'm really sorry. Come on, I don't recall ever seeing a welcome mat at your back door.
Archer?
But wait, would that cheer you up, me and you? A little revenge anal?
Archer?
Yes. So, is that a yes or a maybe? What? Oh, okay.
Oh my God. Jeffrey Tambor. I knew that. Okay, so a lot of this cast is from the great show that neither of you have seen. I don't know how. Arrested Development. Jeffrey Tambor plays the husband of the lady who's playing Mallory Archer.
Jeffrey Tambor was also in How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the 2000 version with Jim Carrey.
Yeah, I didn't see that until I was like 33. It's pretty good.
It is good.
It was funny, and it really kind of advanced the storyline as much as they're To me, the storyline isn't the most important thing. It's like just the funny character moments.
Yeah, I'm just trying to take these episodes like one by one, and I mean, I know there's a bigger whole piece of the puzzle, but I just enjoy them individually.
What do you think, bud?
Good.
Yeah. What was your favorite part?
I like any part that involves Woodhouse, even if it's very much.
Yeah.
You know who he reminds me of, and we've not done this yet, but there's been talks that we should. It's a late '80s, real early '90s sitcom, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
Really would put Will Smith on the map in terms of acting.
Like he reminds you of Jeffrey the butler.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he is, but he's.
I mean, Jeffrey's a little more sarcastic and.
Yeah, and he's capable. This British guy. I mean, this old ass guy. It's like it's like the idea. I can't remember what it's called. Like it's like geriatric abuse or something like that.
He's just getting ready to like shoot up heroin.
Just you and me now, Reggie. Reggie the monkey. Woodhouse. Wait, I just love Archer's voice too. So they're in France, and that shot where he arrives, like kind of where all the streets intersect with the fountain. I imagine there's a couple of these in Paris, but I imagine it. Tom Cruise wanted like an iconic area.
Right.
So I imagine he probably was at an iconic landmark, and that reminded me of it when he was there with his motorcycle and he's spinning around.
And he hurts his leg or something, and it kind of hobbles over and jumps into the bushes.
Yeah.
Which has the netting that goes down to the water.
That was awesome. So Barry Dillon, yeah, that flashback with him and Lana, just like, oh, you have history? Oh, kind of. And they were some kind of joint operation, I guess. Yeah.
Lana's.
She's a hell of a woman, isn't she? Yeah.
She's quite catching.
Is it catching or fetching?
I think you're right. I think it is fetching.
She's quite fetching. Yeah. All right. So Archer did quit because he thought he was going to get in a better situation, but I think it was more like they were playing chicken, right?
Well, and I don't know that job offer was intended for Archer. I think it was actually intended for Lana.
Yeah, but they end up taking Archer because he's such a good field agent, even though he comes with baggage. But they're going to kill his ass after the burn notice, and a burn notice is like an official disavowing of an agent. As far that's there is a.
So it means just kill him?
No, it doesn't mean kill him. It means
cut off all his resources.
They cut off all his resources. They freeze his accounts, all his money. His passport doesn't mean anything anymore.
They make it essentially impossible for them to function.
Yeah, they can't really do anything, and honestly, they don't really have. Sometimes they erase your credit score, like you just become a ghost.
It'd be terrible.
Yeah, so in this show, because he got burned at his agency, it made it so any other company couldn't. I'm sorry, agency like CIA, FBI, NSA. There are other, Odin, or they can't use an agent that's been burned because whatever kind of, even though everything is supposed to be like top secret, whatever kind of credential you have to be able to navigate through the appropriate channels, that's all taken away. That's interesting. They're going to kill him though, that's obviously, I think, more.
Well, I think the agencies still will work together, right? Like if they need information on, so I don't think it's beyond the CIA to call up like MI6 and be like, hey.
Well, it happens it happens in James Bond.
Right.
Yeah, with Jeffrey Wright and Daniel Craig's guy. Yeah. So I heard something really cool about from Andrew Bustamante, the CIA guy I listened to. So there's a thing that the U.S. government does. So if you were ever in the CIA or FBI or these alphabet organizations, you can never ever be in the Peace Corps.
Oh, that is.
The Peace Corps is a branch of the military. It's a branch of the United States government. It's completely humanitarian. They go to maybe impoverished countries. They help out third world countries, and there's programs and money that goes into that.
Kind of like the government version of the Red Cross, right?
Yes. And if you're ever in like the clergy, or if you're ever a priest, you cannot be in CIA, FBI, or anything like that, and vice versa. And that's because every nation in the world, they have this agreement, and they know that our countries, or at least the United States, will never pose a priest or a Peace Corps person. They will never be a secret agent posing as one of those, because they got to keep those guys pure.
Right.
Because they can't have priests and clergymen and someone from their Peace Corps branch. They can't ever be suspected of any kind of espionage, because those guys could just get shaken down.
Right.
So when you go into another country, if you are part of the Peace Corps, they just let you go. Like they don't hurt those guys, they don't kill those guys, they don't investigate those guys, because it's like an agreement. So this guy, he wanted to join the Peace Corps after he was getting out of the military, and they said, if you even apply, you can never ever be a part of the CIA. Or if you do this, you can never ever, years later, you can never be in the Peace Corps. So I thought that was, I thought it was interesting that they kind of have that code. It's almost like this weird thing where, you know, they want to make sure they keep those things separate and pure, and they don't want one affecting the other. Because if the Peace Corps guys can be undercover, like, it just completely fucks everything up for that whole branch.
Right.
They can't go in other countries to do humanitarian stuff if they're suspected of espionage, right?
Right.
So I thought that was pretty cool. So, but another thing I think is a little fictional is you get burned, which I don't know how often that happens. Like, I don't even know. I mean, I know it's a real thing, but I've never heard of it getting done. Like, I've never heard from someone who was like, I've never listened to someone who was a burned spy. But the idea that you would be killed.
I'd imagine the burned spies probably have a shorter lifespan than they already do.
And like some shows I watch, like Burn Notice, which it's a really, really cool show. I haven't finished it, but I absolutely love what I've watched. When you're burned, whatever was protecting you and keeping your name off these lists for other countries, like they now have access to all that.
Right.
So because you're disavowed, you're maybe some.
Well, just think how that opened you up for another country or another agency to try and snag you up, torture you for information. You know what I mean? You're kind of like...
And I don't know how real that is, because I imagine they'd want to keep that stuff top secret because there's other people involved. Like when a CIA field agent, when he does a mission, there are a team of analysts that have vetted the entire situation, the person that you're going to have to manipulate, and that team is huge. And there's been millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars put into every operation just to get that agent to shake hands with that one person. So that they even have like what you're going to say. They even know what they're going to say, and it's based on all of your background information, where you grew up, like where you were born, where you grew up. Like if you grew up in China, or in most Asian countries, they're a little more collectivist. So because you know they're a little more collective and insular, especially compared to the Western culture. So you can surmise a lot of things based off that information with 90% accuracy. And if they have like, this is where he works, he just got fired and everything like that.
If you're in the American CIA,
yeah,
and one of your spies gets burned,
yeah,
wouldn't you rather almost have them dead? So they're not susceptible to
if you get burned and if you get burned and that's why I don't know how realistic it is for the one that I watched, Burn Notice, that you would get burned in another country, because that just doesn't make sense. Because you're right, you do have all
like I don't want one of my burned spies roaming around.
Yeah, that's why I don't know how real it is. How? Go ahead.
When you say the CIA, like they have these masks to make your face.
Yeah. So Jack, it's not Jack Kirby, Jack something, and pretty sure Andrew Bustamante talked about it too. The faces that they have in Mission Impossible, they were using those in the Cold War.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Well, from what I understand, like the way they're made and printed, I don't think that's how they do it. I think it's like advanced prosthetics and stuff like that. For instance, I'm pretty sure
that's just during the Cold War. That means now
it's got to be better.
Yes.
But the guy who was a Russian spy who returned, he's saying that like they can't do the voices though, which is that makes sense.
Correct.
That's very science fiction-y. But he says they do the faces. It's just advanced prosthetics.
Isn't there like things the government hides? Like UFOs, time travel machines.
Okay, well, that's a podcast right there. I don't think they hide time. I don't think time travel, because there's so many physicists and that aren't associated with the government. I mean, like I don't think time travel was something we figured out, and I don't think we'll ever figure it out, unfortunately. But yeah, UFOs. That's obviously a huge thing. Bob Lazar, and all that stuff. Anyways, guys, we're going to be talking a lot about government agencies and cover-ups probably throughout the show.
So if something happens to one of us after this episode,
yeah, you'll know. Right here.